Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back again to the Starlighter I-League Invitational Season 3. Going to be taking a look at game number 2 now as we move into this one. Team Empire facing off against Spartak Esports. I'm Lyrical, joined as well by Aosin. We're going to be bringing you the coverage of this one as we saw Spartak pull a little bit of an upset in this last game and able to take down Empire. That being said, they did it off the back of some really good Enchantress play. Actually, just really good play overall as a team. That is going to be banned out this time, and also we're going to be seeing the Nature's Prophet banned out, and then the perennial picks of the patch, whatever the hell we're on right now, Earthshaker, Ancient Apparition, and Venomancer. How you doing, Aosin?
I'm doing great. Just very surprised by the outcome, but I mean, at this point, I feel like Spartak had kind of proved themselves to not even be the underdog. I'm starting to feel like with how they played last game, they might have moved up in positions in my rankings for this this tournament.
Definitely, and that's the thing to me is that it's not necessarily like, sure, Empire didn't play as good that game as we've seen them before, but that was also the best game that we've seen from Spartak yet. And if they can maintain that level of play, that level of composure, they certainly can get a shot at taking this down the whole stretch. Because at the end of the day, it's 3 teams that are going to be left after this today. Other 2 teams, Navi and Team Spirit. Navi are going to play the winner of this next series right here that we're watching right now. And, well, if Spartak take this game, it's going to be them. And what do you think about the opening? We've seen a lot of Earthshaker. Whoa! That's a different one.
I definitely like the Oracle pick. It's mostly picked for the counter initiation that you might see from the Ancient Apparition plus whatever setup they have, right? Because normally whenever you pick an Ancient Apparition, you either have a Void, for example, or a Kunkka, or a Sven, and by having this Oracle, you know, you can prevent a lot of the magic damage that comes out.
I feel like, though, they might need to do something... The thing that scares me a little bit about this is if like Spartak go all AoE team fight, that's something that Oracle does really struggle with. Like, it's obviously great Fate's Edict negates all of the damage pretty much from what Spartak has right now, but it is a hero that sometimes struggles as you get to the later stage games, and that's what we've seen Spartak's games go towards also.
Yeah, that's very true, but still, let's see what they have in mind with this. Ancient Apparition definitely doesn't have as easy of a time when you're up against the Oracle. Also, always nice to just have that ulti for anyone who may or may not get bursted down. Look, they already ban out the Huskar as well. Just not going to take any chances.
Yeah. Well, 4th ban right now from Team Empire.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm trying to see what are some of the other reasons, in your opinion, that Oracle doesn't get picked that often. Remaining. Like, is it just because you talk to me about it? Why do we not see this hero more often?
I think Oracle just really sucks in lane.
Okay.
The mana cost on what is it, Fortune's End, I believe.
Yeah.
Empire's
just
turn to pick.
It's like incredibly high, so you can't exactly use that as a harassment tool. And if you can't use that as a harassment tool, then it means that your nuke combo just doesn't really pay off because it just costs too much mana.
Spartak is going to take the Earth Spirit. This is normally considered countered by Oracle, since his Q is able to, Fortune's End is able to purge off his ultimate. But to me, what this really signals is Spartak might be thinking about the mid game and when they can go for like big fights. I always feel like whenever I play Oracle, if you have like one person that you want to save, like a DP or a Huskar or, you know, what have you, it ends up looking really good. Viper is another one that they can sometimes pair together with it. But if it's like, you know, 5-on-5 fight, it doesn't really provide all that much because you have to save too many people at once.
Team pick.
They're going to take the Darkseer. I was wondering if Spartak were going to take that themselves, but this is a nice answer.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you were talking about how Oracle can't save everyone, right? But when those kind of engagements occur, you know, you're much more focused on just keeping your core alive, making sure that they are able to turn around and fight. And now that you have the Darkseer, one of the better offlaners to pick up the utility items to kind of cover for the AoE, I guess. Like, you'll end up with Guardian Greaves eventually, and the pipe as well, going to help a lot, so that Oracle doesn't really have to shoulder all of the magic damage on his own.
Yeah, for sure. So 4th pick now. I guess the other thing too about it is that you've got already a great setup for team fight with the Earthshaker also. So now vacuum into Echo Slammer, vacuum into Fissure, and there's still a Sven in the pool. Certainly a possibility if they wanted to go for that. But we'll have to wait and see what they go for. Spartak, what do you feel like they need?
They need a safe laner who can deal with this Darkseer, firstly.
Okay.
Trying to think of some heroes. You also want a hero that doesn't really rely on magic damage either. They might just put the Venomancer against the Darkseer, but I would like to see a little more flexibility with this Venomancer. Maybe just have him go mid instead. Okay. You probably want to pick out the offlaner first here, though. Kind of hide your carry for the last pick.
Yeah. Well, offlane. I mean, what's really good as a counter? The Nyx ban was really smart. Void also out of there. Enigma comes to mind. That could be kind of cool. Although
it's really hard to play Enigma this game, though.
Yeah.
Because you're against a Darkseer as well as an Earthshaker, both of them with a very long range to cancel your Black Hole. You're kind of forced to go very quickly into a BKB Blink Dagger, which is not something you would always want.
Yeah. Well, and they decide to go with the Puck. Elusive, capable of being run in mid or off lane. It still leaves their draft very wide open. Is there a place that you prefer this Puck to be in right now?
I think it's probably going to be... Actually, this is a tough call. I think I would rather see him mid, because you can abuse the Venomancer.
Right. I think that Yoku does tend to play these types of heroes, though, in the off lane. Ones that like to get a lot of damage out. Trying to remember what other things it was that he ended up taking, but certainly they can leave it open for wherever they want to take it.
Yeah, that's very true, though. You're right.
Last pick of the 2nd round for Team Empire, getting low on time. And they have already revealed everything except for one of their cores. Oh my god.
This is a Chappie hero, right?
I think so.
Chappie likes playing these micro-intensive heroes, so very interesting. This is, I mean, personally, I'm not a fan of this hero. I don't like him too much. I always feel like he's very underwhelming, but I mean, if anyone's gonna make it work,
5 seconds
hopefully Chappie can do it.
The other thing that I really don't like about this is it feels like it's a departure from what Team Empire normally do. I don't know.
It's a good and bad thing, I think. Because you never really know what a team has and hasn't practiced, right? So maybe this is something they have practiced but haven't shown as much. So I'm sure they know what they want to do with it.
Yeah, it's true. I just think from a mentality perspective, you know, you got to this place, you got to playing in this game, playing a certain way. And looking back through the past month, it looks like they have no official matches with Arc Warden. Looking back through the past 3 months, I don't see any either. Like all throughout TI, they played the game. They played this hero twice, and they have a 50% win rate on it. I like clearly he knows how to play the hero. I just think that it's like you got to this point by playing a certain style, and mentality-wise, it always freaks me out a little bit when you change it up for a game. But maybe it's going to end up working out great.
Yeah, I mean, I can kind of understand that from a spectator perspective.
5 seconds.
This is just something you'll never know unless you're listening into the team, seeing what they're or hearing what they're saying. They're probably just like, well, we're kind of against the wall here, so let's just do it. You want to try this? All right, let's do it, and kind of just move on from there. It's not like, oh, we're about to get eliminated. We gotta pull this out kind of mentality.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you.
Because I mean, if you look at their last pick, they went back to the Marana, so it's not exactly like they're completely deviating from what has gotten them this far. Right?
That's true. Yeah, and maybe it's just a different style of the same thing. We'll see how they have to play it as well. Maybe it's gonna end up looking the same, but now Spartak taking an AUK in the last round. If there's one thing I've heard a lot, it's that Arc Warden takes a while to get online. Did you consider that true, or do you think that that's sort of not exactly the case? How do you feel like this Alchemist last pick ends up working?
The Alchemist last pick is... I think it'll work out. I mean, you look at the heroes, right? Like, everyone just has insane Aghanim Scepter, so they kind of have the late game potential, and I don't know if Team Empire have the greatest of ways to stop the Alchemist, so it's very possible we see that Alchemist, you know, walk out of the jungle or wherever he's farming, and 20-something minutes into the game, if you have free farm, you can easily come out with Radiance, Armlet, Manta Octarine, for example, in just like 20-something minutes. So
yeah,
we'll see. He might go for a more pick-off type of build though, just to catch out the Arc Warden. I haven't seen it in a while, but there are times where Alchemists do pick up Shadow Blade just so that it can solo pick off the Arc Warden.
Yeah, I feel like that could be something good. I mean, either way, if he wants to play it, it kind of just depends on. I mean, with all the Aghanim Scepter upgrades, I feel like this is probably something that they've designed, a draft that they were like getting ready for this game, and now wanting to make it work. Also worth noting, this Earthshaker play by Miposhka is probably going to need to be super on point to be able to move around the map, get himself a bunch of D wards, things like that, and not D wards, like blocking out camps and messing with the Alchemist.
Not gonna be. Oh, look, they're playing tic-tac-toe on the minimap.
That dude sucks. He ain't good at all.
He was X at first, and then he went into circles.
Well, it's not how you play tic-tac-toe. So, game number 2, elimination match for Team Empire. Do you think that they have what it takes? I mean, what's sort of the big things that we need to be watching out for in this game? That if this is accomplished, Empire's going to win. If the other thing's going to accomplish, Spartak's going to win. Is it like based upon the Alchemists and the Arc Warden's farm?
I think for Empire, they need to make sure that their Mirana and their Arc Warden both manage to get farm, because if they don't have enough farm, this Alchemist is going to win Spartak the game, like, single-handedly. Yeah. So that's pretty much what it really comes down to. I think as long as Empire are able to maintain enough farm on the Arc Warden and Mirana, they'll have the items necessary to actually beat the Alchemist. But at the same time, you know, you have to keep in mind the rest of the team can make it very, very difficult for that to happen, because you have a core Puck as well as a core Venomancer. I mean, just look at how much magic damage there is from the Spartak side.
Yeah. It's scary. Scary, scary stuff. Looks like Misha is going to be able to get down his ward up here in the top lane. We've also got the ward placed over by where the tree was eaten, giving some good vision of the mid. I was wondering, since BZZ is switching up, he's playing the Venomancer out of the safe lane. I was wondering if they were thinking about running Alk safe and like doing that little. Do you remember that move where they like got the one bounty rune and then they TP'd over to the other one and got both bounty runes for Alk at the start of the game? Oh,
that's true. I've seen that.
That's pretty cool.
Looks like he's just gonna start in the mid lane though. Gonna be switching up here. I think this is basically the safe lane Venomancer that doesn't really get too much help. Just gonna be focusing on doing his own thing, not really moving around, just keeping himself from harm's way and just farming up the items he needs to fight early on.
Good play here by Empire, though. With that early ward scouting it all out, Chappie is going to end up moving. Well, no, they're switching again. They were switching so that way it would be the Arc Warden going top, but now he's going back bottom. And I'm not exactly sure what these lanes are going to look like. It looks like he's going to go bottom with Oracle now, and Ghost Stick is taking the long walk up towards the top lane.
Yeah, I think they want to match up against the Puck here.
Okay.
I think Arc Warden does very well against the Puck. Since Puck doesn't exactly stand next to the creep wave, you can easily get some good fluxes on him.
Yeah, can't phase shift that. So FN mid lane, he has proven to be dominant time and again, as Aposhka's just going to come in and throw out a fissure. I think that's been the story of the tournament, at least for me, for Empire, is how good FN has been at just dominating his lane.
Yeah, he seems to consistently do well in his lane. Doesn't really ever feed.
Oh, did you see that by Chuvash? He did the roll through and stacked it as he rolled through.
The man knows his timing. AA is coming down here now, though. I think they kind of realize that Venom Master is fine on his own, and Chappie in a lot of trouble. Is he gonna get the hit? He does get the hit.
Oh no! They do it. They find the kill, and Phase Shift ends up getting skilled as he got that level. Fan score is gonna fall too. Aloha Dance, or excuse me, Yoku, not Aloha Dance, is gonna have back up to full HP. And he TP'd back to this lane, so they're gonna have to take a tri-lane on tri-lane situation now.
Yeah, now that the Earthshaker is here, I think they should be fine, but it's still very scary because of that initial Chuvash. He's gotta be careful.
Yeah, he's gonna end up going down. Stun connects though. They do have some extra damage dealt now onto Vanscore, and he's gonna end up getting stunned, but they can't find the kill.
That was well played by Maposhka. I don't think they actually knew that Earthshaker was hiding here. And now he's going to be able to secure himself a... Not. Nope.
Quite. Almost. Alka's still going to be able to get it to rune, and this time it's a bounty rune, so even better. Well, so far, pretty decent beginning laning stage for Empire again, in spite of that kill, those couple of kills. The CS is still going pretty well. Oh, Puck. Good job to jaunt down there, but I think that it's still going to be the death of him. That was very greedy using that orb like that.
A selfless act.
Well, if this keeps happening for Empire, then they're in great shape.
Definitely.
kind of having kills delivered to them right now.
Yeah. Just getting a little bit maybe too aggressive there as well. FN 19 and 8 versus the 14 and 1 of the Alchemist. And Chuvash again going to be found. He's going to roll away. We'll be fine there. But what is the big thing that we sort of need to be watching for? Like, if you're Empire, do you need to try and move in and kill off the Alchemist over and over again? Or is it fine just sort of keeping the static lanes and dealing with the Alch later?
I'm going to have to assume that with these kind of heroes, they're going to have to wait and deal with him later. But to be fair, FN alone is doing a great job in just making his life very difficult right now. He's just winning his lane.
Yeah.
24 and 12 versus the 16 and 2 of the Alchemist. Alchemist just not having the best of times here when it comes to CS.
Bottom lane, Yoku and Misha sharing a little bit of damage together. They won't be able to find the kill onto Yoku. Meantime, Earth Spirit, he's going to head back, do a little bit of rune control. Alk will pick up a haste, go pick up a bounty, and then most likely come back to lane.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Still the trades continue.
Yeah, I mean, when you pick a hero like Arc Warden, in my opinion, roll in.
Damage, Chappie. Maybe going to end up falling. Can they find the kill? He's not going to end up going down instead. End up beating away another couple of kills.
Oh boy.
Man, Spartak getting far too greedy with this, and well, Chappie, he's just going to salve up and be fine.
Very nicely done by Empire. Kind of winning back this safe lane now. I think with that failed engagement, Spartak probably not going to want to come back down here again to pressure. But right as I say that, looks like the Ancient Apparition is back down here again, so they're gonna commit to this.
I mean, the plus side to it, at the very least, is that it is keeping these supports stuck down bottom, so they're not roaming in and making the lane even worse for the Alchemist. You know, he is getting completely denied out right now. 21 denies on FN, but at the very least, he's not dying.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's an Alchemist. He'll catch up eventually.
Yeah.
Level 6 as well, so he's going to feel a little safer in this lane.
Missed down the arrow. Also BZZ, he's had a good lane for himself, 33 and 13. Currently dealing a lot of damage to this tower as well with that early Aquila picked up and turned on. Catapult
doing a little too much damage to the Darkseer. Darkseer can't exactly lane against all these wards, since Ion Chill doesn't work against them. So
smiles upon me.
Arrow again going to be off the mark. Chuvash going to live through that one and now soak up some experience here.
Top tower is under attack.
The rest of Spartak pressuring bottom, and Alchemist is in the jungle, taking out a couple of those stacks that were made for him. Goku. Be forced to jump away from that one. Flux still making use of it, and they've been able to find Misha too. He needs to run away from here. He's going to end up getting hit by that Spark Wraith. And with some more damage used, they end up finding the kill. Okay, also going to be able to find another one here as Yoku's in trouble. So Chuvash is going to die mid, and they get the arrow for that one. The silence comes out, but Yoku going to die as well. 7-2. Empire is just all over Spartak.
Gotta be careful when you're against heroes like a Mirana. Chuvash was looking at bottom, you know, kind of tunnel vision. TP's in front of FN, and FN just like, okay, well, I'm just gonna arrow you then. Very easy kill, but BZZ gonna secure his team a tier 1 at least.
Are there any more stacks that are coming out in the jungle right now? It doesn't really look like it. But Alk will still be able to finish through the rest of this jungle. He is going to be going for that Radiance build, it looks like. And
no armlet.
Yeah, just going straight rad. Does get some tangos transferred over to him as well. The entire team is just built around this Alchemist right now. How do you feel about this style of build again? The Alk being played with the, you know, carry, it's just all on him. Do you think it's still decent, or have all the nerfs really made it not good anymore?
It made it a little weak. It definitely made it weaker, but I think it's still very strong. Because you have to remember, like, they nerfed his cooldown, so it's kind of like its fighting capabilities. Oh wait, bottom lane.
Stun. Connects on a couple.
A ton of damage. Very nice block.
Well, they do still have the silence. Jumps away, jumps to the low ground. Well played by Yoku, and he will get out of there.
Bottom tower is under attack.
But yeah, his nerfs made his like overall fighting capabilities weaker, but I mean his farming capability is still there.
Yeah.
So being able to walk out of the jungle with, you know, 2 times the enemy net worth is still a very, like, makes him still a very strong hero. So
the other thing that I really like about this is Spartak are comboing together the Alchemist getting a ton of farm with Venomancer pushing towers with these wards. So even though they're not really, you know, making a ton of kills happen, they're still getting these objectives around the map. At least a little bit.
I'm just watching this Alchemist farm. It's always great to see some efficient farming.
Phase shift. Oh, Yoku. Oh man, I was so close. It's gonna end up going down regardless. Oh man, that was really close.
This is the dream start for an Oracle.
Yeah.
Getting all these kills and all of these assists, and even then, he's 3-1-4, and he's still not level 6 at 9 minutes into the game.
I've got to say though, I've seen so many times where Oracles just like lose all relevance in the mid game, and like you can keep somebody alive, but they don't really offer that much damage. And against an Alchemist, I'm still kind of concerned for their maybe lack of damage. Do you share that concern at all, or do you think that Empire sort of have what they need to make this work, as FN is going to get ran at a little bit?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
For the Oracle?
Well, no, I'm just saying in general, like Empire, are they going to have enough damage to sort of kill off this Alk once he gets into the Radiance and his first like Manta items?
Well, I mean, that's kind of the thing about the Arc Warden as well as the Mirana. I think as long as they're able to maintain a decent level of farm, they should have the damage at all times to kill off an Alchemist, even through the ultimate.
Okay.
Mid lane, though.
Another fissure. Maposhka getting a lot done. Does have his ulti and ends up dropping it now. A lot of damage coming out from them there. Can they find any more? Silence is out as well. And it looks like Maposhka might end up going down. They find the deny. That's what happens when you play against every Venomancer in your pub forever. Oh, but look at this down bottom. Chappie, he's been found. They've got the relic as well. They find the kill with the Alk. That is huge.
Yeah, he's about to finish the Radiance. This Alk is enormous. Just spending all of his time in the jungle after the initial laning phase, and he's doing a very good job at making use of his, just being very efficient in the jungle.
Yeah. Well,
right, he's got the Radiance.
That is an early Radiance. Misha running. You end up dodging away from the Starstorm, but still ends up taking the arrow to the dome.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Mr. Snow Globe is down.
Is under attack.
Radiance coming out, like you said, for the Alchemist. And is it just Manta style from here at this point?
I think if you skip the armlet, you.
Oh my god, he's going in. What?
Well, it's only a level 1 stun, so I don't know if you can really do too much with this.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to be able to get out of there, but he makes Chappie head all the way home, it looks like. Maybe not.
Advanced core will heal him up.
That's a good point.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Still hasn't finished his Midas. Not exactly the kind of start you really want.
Yeah, when your Alchemist gets the Radiance before the Arc Warden gets a Midas, that's not good.
Definitely sucks, but okay, he does have it now, so I'm gonna start farming away. But I mean, if you pick Arc Warden, right, it pretty much becomes an Arc Warden lineup. They have to wait for Chappie to get up his farm.
We'll see if Spartak try to make plays around the map. Based upon his movement down here again, it looks like they want to try and make stuff happen with the Radiance and actually fight with it.
Oh, Vance Core, he's gonna get caught here.
He goes again. He knows what's coming. But I don't know if it's going to end up stopping it.
So.
Look at the damage. My god. Now they are going to go forward. They take down the puck. Okay, there's a decent way to take this fight. Misha needs to get close to him so that way they're not dealing too much damage. Another stun. It's going to come out. Arrow dodge. Well played. He lands it onto the clone. But Poshka, he wants to find this so badly, but he's taking this DOT. FN also looking for that opening. They have the rest of the side of Spartak coming in. He's just taking through all of it. They're going to take down yet another roll in. They don't kill off the Alchemist.
Oh my goodness. And he's going to have ulti right now.
He turns it back around. The stun comes out almost there. Iron Shell, it's not enough.
It's not enough.
He runs away. Oh, this is so bad. Empire, they don't have the damage.
Oh my good. That has got to hurt. Oh, and you know what? He's going back for the armlet.
Wow. That was such a big fight for them. And this is something that I feel like the best teams did when Alchemist was in his heyday. It was all about like moving in and taking fights with that Radiance and not just sitting on it, making something happen around the map.
Yeah, I definitely like that kind of playstyle more than just let's just wait for the Alchemist to farm for 20-something minutes. So, I mean, Arc, he's doing such a good job of, you know, keeping up his farm, but also making things happen on the map, just putting pressure constantly with this newly picked up Radiance, and he's also playing very cautiously too, so they're not having an easy time trying to pressure him.
Yeah. And this is before we even get into like any type of is there gonna be any defensive items you think picked up for the other heroes on Spartak? Like, do we end up seeing
just 4 staffs and glimmers? Okay. See, they're trying to find him, but they can't even find him.
Yeah.
He's just playing so cautiously, and now they have to be super careful because he has that armlet finish. So even if you find him, I mean, this could be disastrous for Empire. Like, you find him, you miss a fissure, and it looks really bad for you. You gotta run.
Yeah, I think that they're gonna get the Earthshaker on the way out of here. Trying to TP away, not gonna happen. Oh man. And meanwhile, in the mid lane, also Puck has been able to find himself an Oracle, and well, the BZZ chasing. Can they catch up to him? It doesn't look like it's quite gonna happen. Oh, the roll in, the magnetize out. They've got themselves Chappie. He's gonna die, I think. I don't know if this heal is gonna be enough. Reapplying magnetize. Vanscore might end up dying himself. Actually, this magnetize. He ends up going down. Chappie lives.
There is tranquility in death.
I don't know though. I feel like we've seen this script before, and even if they find those kills and keep some alive, it's not enough.
FN in a lot of trouble. They're not going to find him. Oh, they think he jumped onto the hill.
Well, Value Shrine, everybody running away.
Out of my way!
So 16 minutes in, it's 5,000 net worth lead when it was just barely 1,000 right before that other fight.
So this is where the issue begins for Empire. They just do not have enough farm on this Arc Warden and this Mirana. I think FN is doing fine in terms of farm. I think he provides a decent amount of damage with just the Yasha as well as this, the small items that he has. But I mean, Arc Warden, you gotta have that Midas. It's just kind of mandatory on that hero, but that's all he's got. So there's no damage from the Arc Warden. And without the damage from the Arc Warden, they can't kill the Alchemist, especially since the supports are very low level. Like Earthshaker's only level 7, and the Oracle doesn't really offer too much. Actually, the Oracle actually does quite a bit of damage, but you really need the right-click damage from everyone else.
Well, and this is, to me, the thing that seems so cool about the draft from Spartak is, like, they sacrificed so much in the laning stage. Puck died over and over and over again. They kept on running at the Arc Warden, and occasionally they would feed him kills, but often they would kill him too. And it was all in the service of at least making sure that Alchemist didn't die over and over again. And now
they're going again.
They're going to try and do this. The Echo Slam comes out, but the Force Staff away. BZZ saving the day. Now the turnaround. Can they get it? They are bringing him low and creates some Radiant Solutions. He's not dying. The Armlet Toggle comes out. He's got the regen. He is going to live, and that's all that matters. Oh my God.
Okay, this is a desperation buyback. He canceled.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
I mean, you get a couple kills here, but you're also losing so much.
Don't stun yourself to death.
All right, he's gonna be fine, I'm sure.
That Force Staff was key. BZZ saving the day. I can't believe no one focused him down though. He was standing inside the wall. Armlet toggled his way out. No one really hit him. I guess they all assumed that he was probably dead. I'm not too sure what happened there, but that was something else.
This is a game that I think if you ask I think pretty much anybody, if you would have asked them who do you think is going to be able to come away with this, the team that had, granted with some roster changes, just come back from a really good result at TI. They've changed out 2 new players, all of that stuff to be said, but it's still the same core.
Go for me.
On the verge of getting eliminated from the first minor of the new season.
It's rough. Very surprising, but at the same time, I guess I would have to say that it's still also not surprising at the same time. Oh, top lane, we're going to see the same thing again. Oh. They're going to think this is going to be a kill, but they are just getting baited.
Stun goes out, connects onto Earthshaker. Maposhka has just been buoyed this game. They do get out with the Dream Coil not connecting on anybody, as Oracle was able to make his way out. What do you mean by it's not super surprising? You feel like because Spartak's been playing so well in the tournament, or because the draft was really good, or what's your thought?
It's just that I think it's like, you say that it's still the core players on the team, but 2 players to me is a very big change. So it's like you have the veteran lineup from Empire, but I think like it's still a very drastic change to the roster as a whole.
All right, so what about this then? It's a lineup that qualified for TI. They made 1 change between that lineup. How about that?
I mean, I definitely understand what you mean. But since it is a new season, a lot of people get together to build new rosters, and a lot of upsets happen because a lot of teams, sometimes you get burnt out from the previous season, which might have happened to Empire. They just worked really hard toward TI, and then now that it's over with, you probably took a long break, whereas all of these other guys, since they didn't get to go to TI, they've probably been practicing the entire time.
That's true. That's fair enough.
So it's a combination of things. That's why sometimes it's not all that surprising. It's more surprising when it's like a veteran lineup versus a brand new team of people who have never competed before. That's when it's surprising to me.
And all these guys have been around forever. I mean, we were taking a look at it the other day. Yoku, he's been playing since 2013, and he's played for like, I don't remember how many it was that I listed off, but like seven different organizations. Dude's been around the block. And they are well on their way to doing it.
This is it. This is the patented Roshan. This could be over moment.
Yeah.
Oh,
they know they need to come and contest.
This is a great start.
All right, nice little opening here. The Ice Blast is going to connect onto 3, but they still need to come and stop the Rosh.
Away.
All right, yeah.
Roshan is still at half health, so I don't think they really have to worry about losing the Roshan. Just going to back away.
This is
wait for the Earth Spirit.
This to me again is the thing that stood out most about Spartak this series is their patience around the Rosh pit and their patience around taking objectives. They don't force the issue, and that's something that a lot of other tier 2 teams it ends up being the big downfall for them.
Yeah, definitely. And here we go. Earth Spirit is back up, so we'll slowly work towards Roshan again. Not going to be too afraid of Empire since I think Darkseer doesn't have Blink Dagger. If Darkseer doesn't have Blink Dagger, I don't think they have too much to worry about.
Earthshaker doesn't either. I mean, they just need to make sure that the Chemical Rage doesn't wear off halfway through the fight. And as long as that doesn't happen, they should be good.
They're running in.
They had this really good ward here, and they forced out the Moonlight Shadow.
Oh, this is the perfect rune. This makes taking Roshan so much easier. They're going to scout things out.
Oh, yeah. Arrow connects, but it's just onto that illusion, and yeah, walking forward, they see everything. They go for the vacuum. They don't get it, though. They don't get the illusion created, even off of the Alchemist.
Now they back away. They're going to try and then he's going to wait for the ultimate. They go again. I think at this point, Empire realized, okay, that was our chance. It's not going to work out. We have to just give it up.
Yeah. Walking in, Roshan going to go the way of Spartak, and Aegis now on the Alchemist. 6,000 gold ahead. It's a good split pushing that's going to happen here as well for Empire.
I think that's kind of what they have to do now, right?
Yeah.
It's really difficult to fight for them because they don't have the items they need to fight.
Yeah. Oh, and he's going in for this. Stun about to come out right now onto FN. Can he get the leap away? It's not going to matter. Not disjointable. Stunned, but they can't find the kill. At the very least, he will get out of there, though. And Boots of Travel on top of Treads. Arc will have no trouble getting back to the mid lane to push after he shoves out the top wave.
On his way back now.
Beginning of the end.
Yeah, he's got that Aegis as well as the BKB. I really like this BKB pickup. I think they kind of realized that this Alchemist is just so damn strong right now. And if he has that BKB, how do you really kill him? It's just a bunch of magic damage on the other side. Empire don't have that right-click potential yet.
Yeah.
Mirana is sort of there, but with the BKB, Diffusal not going to be mana breaking, so your right-click's not exactly the strongest.
All right, stun gets thrown. It's going to connect onto Mirana. Again, you can't just completely give away a free kill on an Aegis there. That's not the best way to start it, so a decent beginning. Now the Ice Blast, though, it goes out. It's going to connect. They take it now onto the Arc Ward. Ian's trying to turn this back around. Darkseer, vacuum wall. Okay, things are starting to look a little bit better. BKB, and now we need to retreat. The Alchemist is maybe in a little bit of trouble. A big old magnetized. Oh my god, Chubash. All right, he went in. And they don't get the tier 3 tower.
Well, funny thing is, I was kind of praising Alchemist for being way too strong, but it looks like Empire actually do have some pretty good damage still.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was a very big hold from them because that was an Aegis down and not much tier 3 damage on it.
I think the Manta Diffusal by FN has really saved the day in some respects. Maelstrom and Shadowblade kind of on Chappie as well, but really that Mirana, she got a lot of damage dealt in that fight.
Yeah, definitely. Not having the Shivas on Alchemist just makes it a little harder. That's, I guess, the armlet alone just isn't enough armor. I think he has about 15 armor with it activated. So still going to be giving, or Mirana's still going to be giving him a hard time.
I do like that he's kind of going not like a complete battle build, but the Octarine, instead of just like right into the Manta style, I feel like he's gonna maybe go into like an AC or that Shivas that you were talking about next. Something that allows him to actually like fight a little bit more maybe, instead of just going for the split pushing route. All right, they just placed this ward. They're gonna feel safe, but Vanscore runs into some heroes, and now slowed. Now gonna be killed.
Oh, doesn't get his ulti off.
Yeah. I think he messed that up a little bit. He ended up, I think, Fortune's ending himself, and that took off the Fate's Edict.
I mean,
it wouldn't have mattered. He was.
It wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
I think he just wanted. He didn't have the ulti in time. Otherwise, I think he would have ulted instead. Because you want to just waste as much time as possible. This top lane is pushing in though, so Tier 3 might be taking some damage.
Okay. Still pushing in again. They don't have the Octarine core done, but he does have some extra mana by virtue of the Soul Booster. Stun ready to get thrown as well. He's still
might be in trouble here.
They end up throwing the stun. BKB popped as well.
This is where they have to run. I think you give up here.
And Empire not out of this one yet. If they do end up holding high ground against this Alchemist later on into the game, he does start to fall off again.
Yeah, I think at this point they should just kind of wait now. Just relax a little, let the Alchemist finish his Octarine as well as Shivas. He does need this this armor.
Yeah. I mean, it's very clear that they can't take fights outside of their base that well, Empire. But they still can. Well, actually, if Alchemist isn't there, maybe they can. Yeah, the rest of Spartak needs to get out of there right now before they end up getting caught. It's a Blink Dagger done on Earthshaker. We do also have one done on the Darkseer, so team fighting potential is definitely increasing for Empire. And Echo Slam laid down. That's going to be Puck dropping. Maposhka making the plays for his team.
Well, it's a start. That's a very nice kill for the Earthshaker. Only an Echo Slam committed, but it is still an Echo Slam. They have to be careful if they decide to put some pressure on this Tier 1 tower. A lot of Spartak unwilling to give it up, going to be setting up for this potential pickoff.
Balance the scale.
Oh, Pushka's still looking here. They're all
Radiant are scanning
behind their tower, Spartak, while Alchemist is just going to keep on farming out the jungle. He is eventually going to show up now as well. Vision-wise, Radiant don't see what's happening. They've already used the scan, and it's just going to be the Alchemist moving forward, and with that, the rest of Empire retreats. Oh, he was trying to see if he could find him with the Lifesteal on Radiance.
Oh. Well, gonna be working towards that Shivas now. I think at this point you just wait for the next Roshan.
What surge is this?
Yoku is gonna be going for the Aghanim Scepter next. I wonder if Aghanim Scepter is really necessary here though.
Yeah. Like, you could maybe hold off on that and get something else.
They found someone here.
It's nice. Chapel in some trouble. He's gonna get caught. They still not going to be able to bring him down yet, but they will be able to go after Vanscore here, and I think that he does die with this. And now no more Vanscore. They might be able to siege a little bit more effectively here in the mid lane. Alchemist already hitting away. They force out the glyph. If nothing else, at least that's pretty good. But maybe going to be able to get to tier 3?
So annoying. The Arc Warden turtling is something that's so annoying to deal with.
Yeah.
But like you said, they got some decent damage. No detection for Chappie's Shadow Blade. I think they need to drop some sentries here. They're gonna keep trying to siege this, but
oh, they're going
Arc
in.
Warden, he's in a lot of trouble.
Vacuum wall on 3 with the ball. Big old ulti comes out. They are going to be able to kill off Arc Warden though.
Oh, Mirana's gonna go down too.
That is really bad. All right, Mirana ends up dying. They reapply Magnetize again. They have to buy back on the Arc Warden to hold it. It looked really pretty, but Venno getting that big old ulti off as well to follow it. It's a real problem.
I didn't see any follow-up. Was Miposhka not there to begin with? Because there was no fissure, I think.
Yeah, I think that maybe if they end up being able to find that fissure, that looks way different. But as it stands, they don't have great answers, and no BKB.
Yeah, BKB. Whoa, this is really risky.
Echo trying to get him out of there. He's somehow living.
What?
How does he live through that? Oh, no. That was their chance. That was the moment, and it passes them by. Somehow, Alchemist lives. A Force Staff used. The Echo Slam just ever so slightly late, but again, you can't blame it on that. It's just this hero, when he gets to this stage, is so hard to deal with.
Middle barracks are under attack.
That was very surprising. He didn't have BKB. I thought it was a mistake coming out of Arc for positioning himself so aggressively. But
well,
another nice Force Staff by BZZ, keeping him alive.
Yeah, teammates to the end. He does have his BKB now, so can wait this out. The Force Staff again going to keep him alive. He can hold on to his BKB as well. And they're just going to retreat. One lane of racks into the advantage.
And he's almost got that Shivas. I think they're just going to back out here. Wait for the Roshan. Wait for the items. 15k net worth lead now. That was 2 buybacks as well. Arc Warden as well as the Earthshaker.
And they have the damage. It's clear that it's right about on the edge, but it just hasn't happened. Like this BKB for Mirana, maybe that's one of the things that could be the difference maker. You've got a way to not get blinded or have that mischance on top of you with the Radiance going, but I don't know. It's still just feeling like this is a very hard game for Empire to take down this Alchemist. And honestly, it's getting to the point now where it's not just the Alchemist that's the problem. Like, Veno's an issue. He's got Veil and Hurricane Pike, level 18. It's no longer just Alch.
Oh yeah, definitely. And now Alchemist has kind of hit that point where he doesn't really need to buy any more items, in my opinion. I think it's actually more beneficial to his team if he was to just go back to buying scepters for everyone now.
They forced out the wall, and with that, he is going to keep the pressure on, start taking down this tier 3 tower in the bottom lane. Empire left with just the magnetic field to keep him alive for the moment. They turn their sights onto BCZ, but won't be able to catch him. Ghost Stick still looking for that opening, can't find it. Forced to retreat. And God, the Veno wards, the Alchemist Radiance, it's just disgusting. Spartak doing what they need to. Another opening here as they're going to move up and try and take this tower.
And here we go. Alch ulti is back up. Time to slowly hit this.
Vacuum, not on there. They aren't going to be able to do this. Tower is still living, but there's going to be the stun. Connects onto Ghost Stick. He is going to die here. It looks like Dust is going to connect. And he ends up falling. Buys back immediately. They need him here real badly. He does have a vacuum in 15 seconds, and Echo Slam is there. Do they have enough damage? No. They find the stun. Great answer right there from the Earthshaker. Now Magnetize is out. They're going to be able to take him. The AA is dead, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. I don't know if anything's going to be enough.
They just can't stop this Alchemist. AA just buys back. He doesn't care. They just want to end the game.
They can taste it. A berth in the top 3 here for the qualifiers for the Star Ladder Minor. Spartak looking to finish this one off and do so in quite convincing fashion. And again, you think back to the way that this tournament ended up working. This was the team that got 2-0'd by Empire only a couple days ago, and now coming in on the verge of 2-ing them in reverse.
Definitely a strong contender. They honestly improved a lot over just a couple of days. I felt like they didn't look that strong initially, and then all of a sudden you watch them over the past couple of days, and I honestly think they kind of like hit their stride.
And this is an Empire team that we were saying looked like the best out of all of the qualifiers. I mean, did that change? Was it something where like it started to be Empire playing worse this series, or do you think that it was more like, I don't know, have things changed, or is it just Spartak has gotten that much better?
I definitely feel like they kind of started playing a little sloppier ever since they lost their series against Na'Vi, I
Yeah.
feel like they definitely have gotten sloppier. So, I mean, you never really know, right? Unless you ask the team themselves, like, oh, how do you guys actually feel after such and such, and what happened between the team? You can never really know. A lot of things happen.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah.
Chappie doing his best to rat, but not even a tier 3 going their way.
Yeah. So few things left to do, and certainly with this Aegis, they'll be able to run down a lane. I mean, it's
Right.
22,000. They got to do something here.
This is the final fight. They're going for the long con.
They hit the
all the way
creeps.
around.
The creeps
Yeah, they know about this.
They know exactly what's
That's-
happening. He's running away. They find the flex onto him. He's just going to roll away immediately. Echo Slam down. They take down the
works.
Age Apparition, but this is an Alchemist that is far too fat, and they are not going to be able to kill him. FN just going to be forced to TP away. They'll keep alive the Arc Warden for a second, but they're still going to end up losing Van score. 3 are dead. It is a slow death, but it is a death. And not even thinking about necessarily having to go for Roshan if they want to now. They know there's no buybacks on these heroes. They're going to go end the game.
Well, on the bright side for Empire, the 3 heroes that go down do respawn in about 20 seconds. They aren't exactly that high level, but I don't know if they have enough time. Let's see if Chappie is able to turtle this long enough with his bubble.
A second bubble there. The Alchemist steps inside of it. Chappie walking forward. Mjolnir not doing enough damage.
Radiant's top barracks
Going to be mega creeped now. And as you said, going to be back up again. You don't have wall for 40 more seconds. And they're just going to back out with that. Aghanim Scepter going to be purchased at this point.
There's no
GG.
yeah, they just call it. There's nothing. They don't have echo, nothing. That's how it ends.
My goodness, Empire are going to be eliminated from the Star Ladder qualifiers, and Spartak, with the upset, are going to take this one and move on to face Na'Vi.
I'm definitely surprised, but I like being proven wrong.
Yeah.
I said that Empire looked the strongest to me based off of their recent success as well as their overall play style, but I mean, they just felt very sloppy after their loss to Na'Vi.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that means that we are going to have 3 teams left in this qualifier. It's Team Spirit that wait for the conclusion of our match. It's going to be Spartak versus Na'Vi tomorrow. So it all gets decided. The second team to be qualified for this event, already Newbie and Liquid have direct invites. The Southeast Asian qualifier is going to continue tonight, and that's going to decide the first invite, or rather first qualifier. But one of these 3. Steven, we've watched the entire set of these qualifiers. Do you have a favorite for who you think is going to take it? Between
I shouldn't make predictions anymore.
No, it's good. I mean, this is the thing. I always feel this when you... Because I would have said that Empire was there as well. And I did actually say that. But I think it's important because if you don't say what your predictions are, then, it doesn't provide a testament to how good how much Spartak has improved throughout the course of these qualifiers.
No, that's true. So we have it's just Na'Vi and Spartak now.
And Spirit.
And Spirit. If I had to rearrange my ratings now, I'd say I'd put Spirit ahead of Spartak, and then I would put Spirit 1, Spartak 2, and then Na'Vi 3. That's my current ranking now.
Yeah, I think I'm putting Spartak as number 1, and then Spirit 2, and then Na'Vi 3. Actually, no, I think I'm going to put Na'Vi ahead of Spirit. The only reason why is because I feel like Team Spirit has had really, really good games, and when like the tiny IO works and when they run all these, interesting little strats together, they look quite good. But when they look bad, they like kind of tilt and fall apart. And I haven't seen that as much from Spartak. I feel like they have been the most consistent team. They've been they've been like mediocre or consistently good, and they've been getting better throughout the qualifier. Whereas Na'Vi, they looked a little bit lost today at the very end, and Spirit, like they still kind of fall back and forth. So that's my reasoning behind it. But it's going to be a great match. I can't wait. I cannot freaking wait.
Yeah, definitely. It's still hard to say. You know, you can put numbers on it, but I think that all three of these teams have what it takes to actually beat each other. So it's not an easy prediction to make.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, have yourselves a great day. Steven, would you care to let everybody know where they could find you and what's happening with you?
Oh, you can follow me on Twitter at EosandDota, as well as twitch.tv/EosandTrash. I do play Dota every now and then. I am not a 3K player like my buddy here.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it. That's wonderful. I was telling you, you should make that WESG team.
I mean, I don't really have 4 other people to play with. A lot of people want to be competing nowadays, and since I haven't been playing at all, it's not like it's going to be easy to find a team.
All right, we'll talk about this later, but let me just say this. Out of all the NA teams, only one of them has only US players, and there's 3 spots for the USA. So there's going to be some random stack that shows up. You could be that random stack, Steven. You could do it.
Well, we'll see. I'll ask around.
All right.
You've kind of convinced me. Just kind of.
All right, everybody. Everybody go message Aosin on Twitter and tell him they needs to play Dota again. But yeah, that's going to do it, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow for more CIS qualifiers for Star Ladder I-League Season 3. The conclusion, the grand finals, Na'Vi, Spartak, and Spirit. Which one's it going to be? Be sure to tune in and be sure to stick around as well, because South America is continuing on, and then Southeast Asia afterwards. See you guys later for more from Star Ladder.
World